Motherhood is the most sacred rule on Earth. We see it everywhere. A bear fighting a wolf to protect her cubs. A bird starving herself to feed her chicks. We assume this is a universal law of nature. A mother must protect her young, but nature hides a very dark secret. Sometimes, that rule breaks. You walk up to a hamster cage. You see a mother sitting in the corner. And then you realize her babies are gone. She didn't lose them. She ate them. This happens with hamsters. It happens with pigs. It happens with birds, insects, and fish. To us, it is the ultimate crime. It is pure evil. But to evolutionary biologists, it isn't a crime at all. It is a highly advanced survival program, and the math behind it is terrifying. To understand why this happens, you have to forget human morality. You have to look at the world through the eyes of the wild. Nature is just a giant calculator. It only cares about one thing: calories. Pregnancy costs a massive amount of calories. Nursing costs even more. Imagine a mother in the wild. She has just given birth to 5 babies, but the environment changes. A drought hits. The food supply vanishes. The mother is starving. If she continues to nurse her babies, she will die. If she dies, the babies will slowly starve to death anyway. The entire bloodline ends right there. Evolution cannot allow that. So it triggers an emergency override. The mother stops seeing her babies as children. She sees them as an energy refund. By consuming her own young, she reclaims the calories she spent growing them. She saves her own life. She survives the drought. And next year, when the food returns, she can breed again. It is a brutal, flawless equation. Nature sacrifices the present to save the future. But the story gets darker. Because sometimes the mother isn't starving. Sometimes there is plenty of food, and she still eats them. Scientists call this Filial Infanticide. It is a process of ruthless quality control. When a human mother has a sick child, she fights for it. She spends all her energy trying to save the weakest baby. Animals do not do this. When an animal gives birth, she scans the litter. She relies on ancient instinct. She looks for deformities. She listens for weak breathing. She detects illness. If one baby is sick, it becomes a liability. It will drink the mother's milk. It will steal calories from the healthy babies, and it will probably die anyway. To a wild animal, this is a bad investment, so she cuts her losses. She consumes the sick baby. She uses those exact calories to produce more milk for the strong babies. We view babies as separate individuals. Wild animals do not. They view their offspring as an extension of their own body. Think about it like this. If your arm caught a deadly infection, you would amputate it. You would cut off a piece of yourself to save your life. To an animal, eating a doomed baby is the exact same thing. But there is a third trigger, and it has nothing to do with food or sickness. It has to do with panic. Wild animals are prey. They live in a constant state of hypervigilance. If a mother gives birth in an environment that is too loud or too crowded, her brain chemistry changes. Her bloodstream floods with cortisol, the stress hormone. She feels predators nearby. She knows the nest is not safe. She knows the babies will be found and eaten by something else. Her brain crashes. The stress overrides her maternal instinct. She eats her own babies to erase the evidence of the nest. She hides her tracks from the predator. She runs away to survive. We see this happen in captivity all the time. People buy a pregnant animal from a pet store. They put the cage in a loud living room. Kids tap on the glass. Dogs bark nearby. The mother panics. She thinks she is surrounded by monsters, and she deletes her own litter. When we learn about this, we feel disgusted. We call the animals monsters. We want to believe that the animal kingdom is pure and innocent, but our disgust is a luxury. We judge them through the lens of human society, a society with grocery stores, with hospitals, with locked doors. We have completely separated ourselves from the food chain. We do not have to make the brutal math equations of the wild. We don't have to choose between starvation and our children. We have conquered the environment. But underneath our clothes and our laws and our civilization, we are still animals. We like to think human morality makes us superior, but morality is a privilege. It is a privilege bought by a guaranteed food supply. When you look at a mother eating her young, you are not looking at evil. You are looking at the terrifying reality of this planet. Survival is not beautiful. Survival is not kind. Survival is whatever it takes to wake up tomorrow.